I got to share this with you, and then we'll get some phone calls here. I mentioned earlier in the maybe the first or second hour today that at one point I was a Democrat, liberal. I don't know if I thought myself as a liberal. I just knew I was a Democrat. And because I wasn't into politics and all that kind of stuff, so I don't know if I called myself a liberal at that time or not. But I did. I was a Democrat. I didn't care about what people did. Whatever you want to do is fine. It just didn't matter to me. This happened once I moved to L.A. and became very, angry and insecure and all the same crap that's happening in the world today. And I didn't care if women had abortions and all that stuff. It just didn't matter. And I voted for the Democrats. Did not care if they loved the country or represented what was right at all. They were Democrats. And they were black and they were just Democrats. So I voted that way. And then at some point, I decided to question things and ask questions. And that's when I started to realize that I needed to change. My life I was screwed up on the inside, right? So my life changed. And when God changed my life, when he changed my heart, my values changed as well. All of a sudden I can see, and I'm like, wow, that's crazy. I didn't know the Democratic Party stood for those things, even though I was voting for them in agreement with whatever happened, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And so when my heart changed, when God changed my heart, my values changed as well. And so at the time, I didn't know any Republicans at all, especially black ones. I heard of one black Republican, and she was a famous singer. I forgot her name. Pearl Bailey or somebody like that. I'm not sure if it was Pearl Bailey, but someone like that. And I knew that she was not liked by the blacks because she was a Republican. That's the only thing I really knew about Republican Party. I had heard that they were against black people and that they wanted to put blacks back on plantation, all that crap that you hear nowadays. But so what I did was I read the platform of both parties. And I read the Republican Party platform. Well, I read the Democratic platform because I had never read the platform before. I just took people at their word. And the Democratic platform was about everything that I no longer could agree with. Abortion, homosexuality, and everything that was wrong. And the Democrats didn't believe that black people were capable. And I'm like, wow, this is so interesting. I didn't know that this is what I was voting for. Because I was in a fallen state, I was just taking people at their word. So I read the Republican platform. And at the time, that was 30 years ago now, at the time, the Republican Party was about freedom, family, individuality, God and country and Constitution. They did not support abortion and homosexuality and all that stuff that was, that we know are wrong in life, right? And I'm like, yes, I'm going to become a Republican. I'm going to vote Republican. And so I started voting for the Republican Party because there was a distinct difference between the Republican Party and the Democratic Party, the platforms. Not all the Republicans were decent people, of course. But the platform was a decent platform. It was right according to what is right in our hearts. And so I started voting for the Republicans. And one thing led to another one. Today, in 2019, the Republican platform is not the same anymore. Well, I don't know what the platform is, but I know it has changed. The things that Republicans at one time would say, no, this is wrong, they are now accepting it as being right by not talking about it, by not denouncing it, rebuking it, repudiating it. They're going along with it. And now they don't even want to deal with social issues at all because they can't stand up against it anymore for some reason. And I'm thinking, wow, this is interesting. The party has changed when it comes to social issues. Even political issues as well, with most right-o Republicans, they're no different than the Democrats, to be honest with you. And so they don't really denounce abortion. They don't denounce so-called same-sex marriage, transgender, and all that stuff. They tell you don't talk about social issues in the Republican Party because they claim they want to get everybody into the Republican Party to vote for them. So it's about the vote. It's about the power with the right-o Republicans, too. Thank God for Donald Trump. So I'm watching Tucker Carlson the other night, and he had this black guy on that I had been seeing before. I think this guy's from I think he represent or speak for or with Turning Point, an organization called Turning Point. I think that's the name of that organization. Right, James? Yeah, Turning Point. And I've seen this guy before on there. And Turning Point seemed to be a conservative organization, I thought. And so I'm watching this the other night talking about the Democrats, I believe, in Trump and somebody. And lo and behold, I was stunned, surprised, stunned, shocked at some of the things this black guy was saying. I'm like, wow, I didn't know that. That's interesting. This is it's a little longer than normally what we play for you, but I wanted you to see just this little interview with Tucker Carlson and this black guy by the name of Rob Smith. And Rob is I guess one of the spokesman person for Turning Point. Here's Tucker Carlson interviewing a black guy by the name of from Turning Point by the name of Rob Smith, and they were commenting on the CNN equality town hall meeting last Friday, I think, or last Thursday, one of those days. CNN had a thing where they were supporting homosexuals or something, so they were talking about homosexual issues. And I want to, and I may interrupt this, I may just let it play all out so you can get the full impact of what I have to tell you afterward. Here is Tucker Carlson talking to Turning Point spokesperson Rob Smith.
Look, I think, Tucker, the first thing that I have to say is that as a gay man watching that event last night, that LGBTQ alphabet soup town hall, I was absolutely mortified. I just have to say to you and your audience that represents a very tiny sliver of the gay and lesbian population of America. It does not represent most of us and most of our values.
That's by the way, that's obvious. Normal people know that because exactly. I mean, this is a tiny fraction. What's
when it comes to Beto and the revoking the tax exempt status from churches, I am a gay man. I am married. I love my husband. And if we couldn't find a church that wanted to perform our marriage, we would just find another church. I don't need the state and I don't need the government to enforce that will on people. And that's what we saw a lot from last night. We saw a lot of government intervention. If it's weaponizing misgendering, if it's weaponizing somebody not using the correct pronouns, that really spineless apology that Chris Cuomo had to make on Twitter, it was all completely insane, Tucker. It really was. And
well,
I was really mortified.
I mean, first, Kamala Harris, are you male or female? Like, what is this exactly? It's bizarre.
I mean, and look, for me as a gay conservative, I've accepted the fact that I've got to be mean dad, and I've got to tell all the LGBTQ alphabet soup that you can't have your toys and you can't have ice cream for dinner. There are some things that were going on last night in that town hall that were absolutely insane. And let me tell you something else, Tucker. I am a gay veteran, right? I served 2 tours in the Middle East. I protested against Don't Ask, Don't Tell for that gay and lesbian soldiers had the right to serve openly. This is not what I fought for. This is not what I advocated for. I did not advocate for the alphabet soup agenda, and it really troubles me, Tucker. It's very mortifying. And there are so many spineless gays and lesbians on the left that will not speak out about this. They will not speak out about taxpayer-funded gender reassignment surgery. They will not speak out about transitioning children. They will not speak out about these things, Tucker, and it really pains me because it is very important in this moment in history.
Amazing. He said, he mentioned his husband many times, but I guess Nick cut some of it out. I think Nick cut a lot of it out or some of it out. So I was stunned with that. First of all, I've seen this guy on Tucker Carlson before. It never even occurred to me that he was a homosexual, right? And it's okay that I don't care about them being homosexuals. But when he said, my husband, I was stunned for many reasons. One is that it caused me to realize that the Republican Party is allowing this to happen now. I mean, everyone has sinned. We all sin and need to be born again, right? And you overcome the sin. I understand that part, so I don't have no issue with him being gay. He could be gay. But to outright promote another man as another man's husband, that's not good. That's not right. God made man and woman. And of course, people sin, so you go through all kind of sin, and you have to overcome it. But I'm stunned that the Republican Party is now going along with this idea that two men that are married are husbands, or two women that are married are wives. That's mind-blowing to me. He said that he's a gay man. Okay, you're gay. That he's married. He's not married. Men who are with another man is not married. I don't care what you call it. We are calling those things be not as though they were. He's not married, folks. Men don't marry. God didn't create it that way. He made a woman for a man and a man for a woman. And he went on, as I said, he said several times about his husband, he married, he has a husband. I don't know why Nick edited a lot of it out, but I want you to hear that. My issue is not with him being gay. He could be gay. I don't care. He has to repent of that. That's not something I need to be concerned about. But for him to promote his husband, he said that he is a gay veteran. You are a veteran. You're not a gay veteran. Oh, okay. James has told me he didn't cut it out. Thank you, James. So has the Republican Party gotten totally away from the social issues? One of the reasons I joined the Republican Party once I overcame the fallen state was because they didn't go along with the promotion of social issues as though it's a good thing. Right? You're not supposed to hate anyone. So I don't hate anyone, but you can't agree with wrongdoing. You can't agree, folks. And when the Republican Party was a real Republican Party, you could tell the difference between the two parties. The Democratic Party were the one that, and still are, that promote everything that's wrong as though it's right. And the Republican Party promoted everything that's right and went against things that was wrong. That has changed. That's amazing to me. It's mind-blowing, really. And for this guy to just, I saw Tucker's eyebrows go up. I don't know what that meant. I don't know Tucker's thoughts. I don't know what he was thinking. But he seemed a little surprised when the guy said he was gay and his husband. I was stunned to hear that. I had no idea that guy was gay, or especially having a so-called husband. He doesn't have a husband. Men don't have husbands. And the reason I want to make that clear too is because this is being taught to the young people, high school, middle school, grade school, and now preschool, and through the colleges, and the kids are coming out brainwashed, accepting wrong as though it's right. And because there's no pushback at all from the Christians and from the Republicans, it seemed to be right. Again, we should not hate anyone in a fallen state or out of the fallen state, but just don't agree with wrongdoing, but don't hate. But when they start promoting husbands and women that call each other wives and men call each other husbands, you got to speak up. Don't hate, but speak up. Don't accept it. Because they are demoralizing these people in order to use them for personal gain. As I've said over and over, you can't control immoral people. You have to demoralize them. You can't control them otherwise. Isn't that amazing? And a lot of the millennials and the Zs, and they've been demoralized, really. And they believe in this kind of stuff. Oh, that's your husband? Telling a man that. Oh, that's your wife? Telling another woman. No. Even Ellen DeGeneres at one time was promoted. I think she's that woman not together that she's supposed to have married. I don't know. But they were promoted as normal. Oprah and all those people do that kind of stuff. Again, don't hate. When you don't hate, you're not judging, right? Because because we're born in crazy family, we all become sinners, but you must be born again to overcome it. And the Republican Party has to change back and deal with social issues. Young people need the Republican Party to deal with social issues, to say, no, this is wrong, or this is right, this is wrong, or this is right. Because these kids are not hearing it at home. They've been brainwashed in the schools. And now the Republican Party are becoming the same as the Democratic Party. And when two men call themselves husbands or two women call themselves wives, that's not even in the Bible. And they're supposed to believe in the Bible. And so I'm wondering, is this why a lot of these young black people are joining the Republican Party? They are just in there for the politics, but bringing their immoral social ideas into the party. They're going to corrupt the party. Even more so. I just wanted you to see that and see what you think about it. What do you think about that, Joel? I had no idea that boy was gay, and especially with him calling somebody a husband.
Well, there's definitely, I agree with what you're saying. Even though he's trying to push, trying to correct the gays who are outlandish and what do you call it, radical.
He could have left out the husband part.
Right. So even though he's trying to, quote unquote, do that, but there's still an acceptance to the gay lifestyle.
Yeah.
That he's still pushing. Like, I got a husband, I'm gay this and gay that. But I'm not surprised because I've seen this guy before, and his mission is to push to prove to the gay community that he's gay and a conservative. So I'm not surprised he's going to do that.
So you heard him say he was gay before?
He's done. I've seen clips of him before, and
saying that he was gay.
Yeah.
Really?
He always just mentions that he's a gay conservative. Because to me, I see him as his mission is to prove to gays you don't have to be as radical. You could be a normal gay.
He doesn't even need to be saying he's gay. He just needs to be. Right. If he's gay, he needs to overcome it, first of all. But if he want to be gay, keep that to himself. People don't be going out there telling the world your business.
But that's his gimmick, though, that he's a gay conservative who believes in conservatism. So I think that's why he pushes it so hard, because that's his gimmick. That's what brings him his clout.
Why do you think the Republican Party is allowing this in the party now? Because they want voters?
I don't know. I don't think that they're allowing it. I think he's just being.
I'm surprised that Turning Point. I don't really know a lot about that organization, to be honest with you, but I thought that they were a conservative organization. I'm surprised that they allowed him to say my husband.
Well, what's crazy is that a lot of the times I see a lot of these conservatives sometimes that speak, their God is still missing. Like they're conservatives and Republicans, but they're really not. You know, I see some people on social media who are conservative. I see a guy he calls himself conservative thug, and it's just like, you know, to me it seems like God is still missing sometimes. It's not all the way conservative.
That's disappointing.
Yeah.
This guy should not have said that on TV. My husband. What's wrong with him? I'm being told that this guy, Rob Smith from Turning Point, he fought against Don't Ask, Don't Tell in the military. Remember, Obama repealed that. They used to have Don't Ask, Don't Tell in the military, which was a good thing. And Rob's was against that. He wanted to repeal Don't Ask, Don't Tell. And I'm being told he bragged about it on Tucker Carlson's segment. Amazing.
Yes.
Where's my Republican Party? Why I didn't see this happening? This is crazy, folks. We got to deal with the social issue. That's about God. God wants all to overcome, not live in bondage.